In this video lesson, we are going to look at simultaneous equations. Now, in this first example, we have the following, and we've done simultaneous equations in grade 10. But in grade 10, you basically work with two linear equations. Now, in grade 11, you start off by working with a linear equation and a quadratic equation, or you can even have a linear and an exponential, or exponential and quadratic. So there's no real limitations on except that they both consist of x and y. Okay, so this is equation 1 and this is equation 2. Now, in grade 11, we're only going to use the substitution method for 90% of them. And that basically means that we are going to start off with the simplest equation and we're going to isolate either x or y. So I am going to isolate x, meaning I'm going to solve for x in terms of y. So I'm taking y to the other side. So that's 1 plus y. Okay, now it is obviously up to you which one you want to isolate. Just a few things to note, like if we were to solve for y, we take x over, but then we'd still be left with a negative y, and then we'd have to divide everything still with a negative. So in this case, it is easier to isolate x. Okay, and then once we have x in terms of y, we move on to the second equation, and we basically substitute this wherever we see x. So I'm going to, instead of x in my second equation, write 1 plus y. So I have 1 plus y all squared plus y squared equals to 25. All right, now what's left is to actually just solve for y in this equation. So we're going to start off by multiplying out these brackets. Now you can, if you want to, first expand it like that and then FOIL it out. But I'm just going to go ahead and do it the faster way, where I square the first term, 1, multiply together, multiply by 2. So 1y multiplied by 2 is 2y, and square the last one, so that's y squared, plus y squared. Let's bring this 25 over, minus 25 equals to 0. Okay, now adding the like terms, we have 2y squared plus 2y minus 24 equals to 0. And then we can simplify this further by dividing everything with 2. That gives us y squared plus y minus 12 equals to 0. Factorizing that, factors of 12 is 1 times 12, 2 times 6, and 3 times 4. So to get plus 1, I'm going to say plus 4 minus 3. So this is y minus 3 and y plus 4 equals to 0. So y is equal to 3 or y is equal to negative 4. Now, once you've solved for y, just be careful not to forget to solve for x as well. So we know that x is equal to 1 plus y. So therefore, to find the two x values, we just substitute the value for y in this expression. X is equal to 1 plus 3, so that is going to be 4. Or x is equal to 1 plus negative 4, which is 1 minus 4, which is negative 3. Okay, so those are the solutions, and this you should get full marks for, but you can also just finish it up by writing its coordinate points. So we can write our two solutions as 4 and 3, okay, or and the other solution is negative 3 and negative 4. Okay, so your teacher might require you to do this, then you do it. But yeah, if they do, you do it. So then also just remember that when you write the coordinates, your x values comes first and then your y values. All right, then for example 2. Now in this case, it's definitely going to be easier to solve for x first because x has no coefficient. So when you have to choose between x and y, always go for the one that's already like standing alone. So in this equation 1 and equation 2, x is equal to 2y plus 1. Okay, and then we're going to take this and substitute it in there and in there. So we have 2y plus 1 squared plus y squared equals to 9 plus 2, 2y plus 1, y. Okay, multiplying all of this out, this is 4y squared plus 4y plus 1 plus y squared equals to 9. Now, in this case, when we have something like this, we have to multiply in the 2 and we have to multiply in the y, but it's just going to be easier to actually just move the y over this side and in one step multiply into y. And we can do that because if I have like ABC, it's the same as saying ACB. It's not going to affect my final answer if we move the factors around. Okay, so if I multiply that in, it's going to be 4y squared plus 2y. Okay, and now we have our quadratic equation, and we're going to bring everything to the left hand side. So 4y squared plus y squared minus 4y squared, then this one plus 4y minus 2y, and then our constants plus 1 minus 9 equals to 0. Okay, so 4 minus 4 is 0, and then we're just left with that y squared over there. Then 4 minus 2 is 2, so plus 2y, and then 1 minus 9 is negative 8, and that's equal to 0. Factorizing this, we find the factors of 8, 1 times 8 and 2 and 4. To get plus 2, I'm going to say plus 4 minus 2. So this is y minus 2 and y plus 4 equals to 0. So y is equal to 2 or y is equal to negative 4. All right. Then to find x, we have this. Okay. So we have x equals to 2y plus 1. We're going to substitute first in the one value for y. So that is 2 times 2 plus 1. So where y is 2, we substituted in for y. So that is 4 plus 1, which is 5. Or x is equal to 2, substitute in negative 4 plus 1. This is negative 8 plus 1, and that would give us negative 7. And then we can just maybe finish it up by writing it as 5 and 2, and on this side as negative 7 and negative 4.